Let's play some Sentinels.
Oh, fickle fans, come on.
Oh, you've been quoted out of context. You must be a famous person now.
I am a famous person now. But we're gonna win. Unless the environment kills us. So yeah, I could have waited and
We have damage! Grand Warlord boss!
I did not think that would work out, but it did. Well done, team.
Woo!
All right, woo! Welcome everybody to Sentinels Live. What's this on my forehead?
That almost went into the garbage too.
John's rolling dice and doing all kinds of craziness. Don't throw your dice in the trash. That's like rule number 1.
Well, I'll move the garbage can so that won't help.
They are not consumables.
Yeah,
it were.
they look like candy. Not candy.
Not candy. So what's up, everybody? How you guys doing tonight? And gals and folks and everybody else. I know we're starting a little late tonight. I think, I'm hoping everybody's... I was wondering how long it would take for someone to mention my shirt. Woo! I spilled something on it. Can you tell? I got this shirt. This shirt is the perfect example of the internet knowing too much about me, but me being super excited about that, because they suggested this shirt to me as like, hey, we think you might like this, based on like, you know, my browsing history and probably my like social security number and all the other things that the internet has gathered about me. And I clicked on it. I was like, I do like that shirt. So I went ahead and bought it. And I'm very excited. I wore it tonight special because I was like, I'm going to be on the stream. I'm going to wear my crazy shirt. So I apologize for being late tonight, but I think a lot of you who have been hanging out for the last half hour know why we are late.
There was a good reason.
There was a very good reason, and that was because we were re-hosting the Penny Arcade stream of our new partner, Asmati Games. Chris was on there with Julia from Asmati, and they were showing off actually the expansion for One Deck Dungeon called Forest of Shadows. But we took this opportunity to announce that we have partnered with Asmati to make a digital version of One Deck Dungeon coming to Kickstarter November 1st. You can get information about that right there at handelabra.com/game3. There'll be plenty of more information coming about that in the coming weeks. This is just our very first sort of public announcement. Oh, yes, crack open that scotch.
To celebrate.
Or bourbon.
And also what? Because anyways.
That looks like an Ardbeg 10.
So, yeah.
Is that an Ardbeg 10?
It is.
I'm so good at my bottle knowledge. There it is. An Islay. I actually got from my Scotch of the Month club, I got a Highland Scotch, and it's actually the first Scotch I've tasted that I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't actually know that I like that. So it's sitting on the shelf.
That's totally a thing.
Yeah.
There are going to be scotches that you don't like, and that's okay.
Yeah, I haven't had that happen yet, but anyway. So it's Tuesday, it's 7:30-ish, so that must mean it's time to welcome you all to Sentinels Live. Thank you for joining us around the digital tabletop while we play Sentinels of the Multiverse. The goal of these streams is to have some fun while talking about new games we might be developing, and also showing you how to play Sentinels, as well as covering some strategies that can help you win. Handelabra does believe in civil rights for all and in being as inclusive as possible, so comments or activity that are actively working against that goal will not be tolerated and could potentially draw the ire of the banhammer. If you enjoy the show, please do like, share, follow, and subscribe, and be sure to check out all the other shows we do right here at twitch.tv/HandelabreGames. We do Dolphins Dive on Thursdays at 7 p.m., which is really awesome. It's like a deep dive into strategy. And then on Sundays, we do Tales from the Archive at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is a more story-based Sentinels game, where Zach talks you through a story, sometimes from canon, sometimes from alternate canon, where he is very thematic. He purposely goes ahead and chooses the play that is the most thematic at any given time. So it's very different flavors of Sentinels that you get, even compared to what you get right here at Sentinels Live, which is Jeremy and John arguing/playing over the game.
Sometimes Zach is in a cannon and he shoots himself out of it.
That's exactly right. Yes, Lou Dolphin.
Third way.
Lou Dolphin, his stream is very awesome. All right. I'm Jeremy. You can follow me at Mr. J Handel. That's MrJHANDEL on Twitter. Joining me as always is John, who you can follow at Migrant P. That's letter P, not P-E-E. And you can always follow the company.
There's probably someone else.
There's probably somebody out there, yeah. The alt Migrant P. You can always follow the company at Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. And as we mentioned, there's some new things happening at Handelabra these days because we are getting ready to break ground on Game 3. Game 2, of course, being bottom of the 9th, which just launched for Steam last week and is still on Steam sale right now. The launch week sale is still live. So if you've been holding off getting bottom of the 9th, you still have some time to get it and save. So go check that out. BOT9digital.com.
And play the Manager's Challenge.
Yes, that's the new big feature that came with the Steam version, but then also has been brought back to the mobile versions is the new Manager's Challenge, which is sort of a longer form, almost campaign mode that you can play single player, which is really fun. As we are the developers, you can always be sure to get some insight into the process and maybe even see or hear about some stuff before anyone else. The game does include a tutorial that covers the basics, but we always do our best to explain exactly what we're doing, when we do it, and why. And depending on how long it takes for us to win or lose, we usually play more than one game in each 2-hour episode. In fact, the last couple weeks we've played like 3 or 4. A couple weeks ago we played 4 games, which was crazy pants. Sentinels of the Multiverse is currently available for iOS, Android, as well as PC, Mac, and Linux via Steam, and always in good old analog cardboard and ink for those times when an electromagnetic pulse has knocked out all the electricity in your neighborhood. Check out.
Still play on the tabletop every week.
Or when you just feel like it. Even if you have electricity. Check out sentinelsdigital.com for more info and to download and try the demo absolutely free. All right, so what shall we play tonight? Oh, I'm getting all kinds of notifications, despite the fact that I have explicitly turned off, supposedly there's a setting, I actually went and looked at this, like, even when it's unlocked, the Do Not Disturb should not show that stuff, but it still does for some reason. So I apologize that you
found the setting and we did it last time.
We did it, but it still happens. That was actually the thing that several weeks ago almost let the cat out of the bag about our new...
That was like 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, about our new game, because I got an email from Chris Seslick, I want to say is how it was pronounced. I remember they actually said it several times on that stream, so I probably should have been paying attention. But I got an email from him in our final discussions about the contract, and it was like, One Deck Dungeon, how's it coming? And it popped up right on the stream within like the first 3 minutes of us streaming. And a couple of eagle-eyed people in the chat noticed it and called it out, and we pointedly ignored it because we didn't want that cat.
We put that down the memory hole.
Yeah. We didn't want that cat out of that particular bag. So actually, if you go back and try and watch the restream, you'll notice that it does not exist. We had Krista, a.k.a. Drista, a.k.a. the Ketchup Rocket, expunge it. It does not exist at all. All right, so what should we play tonight? I am Injustice Comics 81, and let's see here. I don't know what we should play.
Nosrid Jesse J. says, greater than games, but good for you guys. But glad to see you're making new connections in the industry. That is great, and we're not, there's no goodbyes. We are still working with greater than games. So
oh, yes, absolutely. That is super important to mention. Like, this is by no means the end of our relationship with greater than games. It's just us expanding beyond and, you know, reaching out. Yeah, actually, some people who've been to Gen Con the last few years will probably remember that Asmati actually shared a room with greater than games at Gen Con 2 years ago. Which is probably
the year I was there.
The year you were there, yeah. So that was probably our first connection with Asmati, and then they did the Kickstarter for Take Walker says, how was the Pony movie? We'll talk about that in a minute. We reached out to them after the first One Deck Dungeon Kickstarter, and it was like, oh, maybe we'll see, I don't know. And then they actually had a really, really high stretch goal on their second, on the Forest of Shadows Kickstarter, that was like, hey, if we reach this crazy amount of money, we'll make a digital version. And so we pinged them again, and just sort of had some conversations back and forth until it all just worked out. And so officially, our next project will be One Deck Dungeon, coming to Kickstarter November 1st. Tell your friends! Woo!
Assuming you help us make it happen.
Exactly. All right, and I'll talk about the Pony movie once we get moving.
Should we play a One Deck Dungeon adjacent setup?
Yeah, I'm looking here trying to decide.
The Tomb?
Ooh, I like that idea.
That's the most dungeon related.
Yeah, definitely the most dungeon related. And honestly, I mean, like, I feel like we got to do Plague Rat because there's actually cards in One Deck Dungeon called Plague Rat.
That's true. And there's a card called Wraith.
There is a card called Wraith. Fantastic.
Have all female heroes that maybe map to architect.
Ooh, yeah.
So the Wraith would be the archer, I think. We also have warrior, mage, rogue, and paladin.
Okay, well, Parse, that's going to be rogue right there with the archer.
Actually, archer. We'll say the Wraith is the rogue.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Nightmist would, of course, be the mage.
And I feel like Expatriette's a pretty solid warrior.
Yep.
She's definitely a DPS warrior, not a tank warrior, but that's okay. All right, so yeah, let's check this out. We got Plague Rat at Tomb of Anubis versus the Wraith, Parse, Nightmist, and Expatriette. We're going to call this our one-deck dungeon special. Oh, I see. I have my sound going out the wrong thing. Let's switch this to...
Oh, we could have used knife as well. Well, there's a lot of...
That's true. I actually considered knife for a moment.
Too many to choose from, really. And Fanatic is the paladin. The thing is, we can only have 4 heroes in our... I mean, we could do 5.
We could do 5. Yeah, hang on. Give me 1 second here. I got to switch where my audio is going out for 1 second here. Game show monitor. We want that coming out through the built-in output. No, that's wrong. We want that coming out through... Yeah, see, I screwed this all up for Friday for our big anniversary stream. And so now everything's not set up.
You ruined it.
All right, so I'll just mute that so that's not going to be coming in twice. All right, awesome. The shadows strike as the Wraith. Stand down, villain. All right, so Wraith opens with Mega Computer, Micro-Targeting Computer, and a couple of trust funds. Because 1 trust fund is seriously not enough. You got to have at least 2 trust funds. Then Parse has got Between the Lines, Exploit Vulnerability, Segmentation Fault, and Syntactic Analysis. Nightmist has got some Mists of Time, a Scouring Mists, so many mists! All the mists! And a Starshield Necklace. And Expatriette has got Pride and Prejudice, Submachine Gun, and a Tactical Shotgun. She is just loaded to the teeth this game.
Loaded for red.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so Plague Locust comes out as it is wont to do. And we start with a Shadowy Ambush. I really want the sound from the game to be coming through my headphones, because then I can hear it, and that makes me feel better.
Comes through my headphones. So, does that make you feel better?
I mean, it makes me feel better, but it doesn't make me hear the thing I want to hear.
All right. I'm going to go with Trust Fund and try to get some more options. Stun Bolt is good. Grappling Hook is good. That's too many options that I like. Well, it's early for Inventory Barrage, so I'll ditch that. And I think I don't need Trust Fund anymore. Boogie 2003 asks, is One Deck Dungeon playable solo? It is definitely. It's one player is kind of one of the core tenets of the game. So yeah. It's made specifically for 1 and 2 players, and then it also has a 4-player option on the tabletop.
And you'll have to tune into the Kickstarter to see exactly how that's all going to shake out in the digital game.
Yeah. November 1st. Tell your friends. Yeah, I probably played it most 1 player.
That's how I've played it. That's the only way I've played it so far. And it's super fun. Like, I don't know if you guys were watching the Penny Arcade stream that we were hosting, but you should go back and check that out after the fact, because if you've never seen it played, like, it's super fun on the tabletop.
I think if you like Sentinels, you'll... I mean, it's a little different because it has dice, but it has a lot of similarities in terms of building combos and making crunchy decisions. So. Yeah,
the thing I really dig about it in comparison to Sentinels is the character progression throughout a game, where like as you beat something. So, and again, not to talk too much about this specific thing, but like each card in the game that is like a dungeon card is, so like what John's showing right there, it's an encounter, and then when you defeat it, you can either use it as experience to level up your character, you can use it as a sort of a boon to your character that you have, so like adding, either health or whatever, or you can add it as an ability that sort of goes underneath your card. And so like there's all sorts of options. Like no 2 games will ever be the same. It's like Sentinels with its 58 trillion or whatever possible combinations. Every time you play that game, it'll be a completely different experience. So, all right, let's see here. I don't know if I want to use that. I'm looking at my cards here. Is Plague Rat target heavy? Plague Rat has a few targets, right?
Nope. Just him and his plague locust.
Just him and the locust. Okay, so yeah, so that's probably not super useful.
The environment has a bunch of targets.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna syntactic analysis here. And I think I'm actually gonna give it to Expatriette because she has lots of guns and I wanna see what else we might get. Oh, okay, so
Another
more guns. Another gun. Yeah, I think I'm going to play that. And actually, I don't have anything for reload yet, so I will just draw that. Cool. Remember the 1st of November. Indeed.
That's right.
The one-deck dungeon, something in plot. What is it? The gunpowder...
The gunpowder plot shall never be forgot.
It's the gunpowder something in plot. What is it, though?
Treason
in plot! The one-deck dungeon, treason and plot. There it is.
You're going to have to watch that movie again.
I am. I own it on HD DVD. I'll have to actually...
I think I do too, actually.
Yeah. My theater is sort of in transition right now. I think some of you might remember me talking about how my theater got flooded a bunch of months back, and so we're in the process of rebuilding it better and stronger and faster than it was. And so I don't currently have the HD DVD player hooked up. I'm waiting for everything to get sort of rebuilt, and then I will get that set up again, and then I will be able to watch HD DVDs again. Of course, that's not even the thing. Now it's all about 4K.
Are there 4K Blu-rays?
There absolutely are. I own several of them already. Just incidentally, like I went to buy, like, when I buy a Blu-ray, I tend to buy like the Uber one, which is like the Blu-ray, the DVD, the digital copy, the bonus features, blah, blah, blah. And so now some of those I buy, and it's just like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, for instance, like if I wanted the super awesome version, I couldn't get it without 4K. So I actually own that, and I own the new Ghostbusters in 4K, so... Alright, I think, despite the fact that I love getting both Pride and Prejudice out, I think I might go for the tactical shotgun here. I assume we're focus damaging Plague Rat and not so much worrying about the Locust right here, right?
I would hit the Locust too because it's buffing his damage and not ours right now. So, like, Assault Rifle could be good to hit.
Alright, in that case, I'll start getting set up with my Prejudice and Pride, and I'll start with this, and then I'll hit that, and I'll hit the other... One Deck Dungeon, the board game, the video game, the DVD. Indeed. And yeah, stop dealing damage. I just wanted to just double check out in Chatland. You are hearing the music from the game, right? And the sound effects. I just want to make sure that even if I'm not setting it up right so that I can hear it, that you are at least hearing it.
The Wraith dodges Shemise's
Awesome, thanks, Takewalker.
Infernal Blast.
Alright, so first infection comes out.
I feel like Expatriette's going to benefit the most from this.
Yeah, that's fine.
There are lots of damage instances right now, so...
Yeah, the biggest thing about not being able to hear the sound is that, like, I can't hear when you're voting, and I'm like, oh, wait, I need to do a thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so Takewalker actually asked, what did I think of the Ponies movie? So I had a date with my youngest daughter, my 6-year-old. We went out to lunch. We went to Quaker Steak and Lube, which is sort of a chain restaurant, but they actually started by, I think, someone who's from Cleveland. And then we went to the movies, and we saw the My Little Pony movie, which was pleasantly better than most people would assume it was. And it's similarly to the way the show is. I know a lot of people are like, oh, My Little Pony the show, but like it's actually got this crazy, like, awesome, huge following with the bronies and all the rest of it, and it's a great show. And the movie was equally as good. It was a really good story. I will say one of the things that I really appreciated the most about the movie is that one of the key things... Let me go back to playing this game real quick. Are
you gonna do a fast cast about it?
I did. We already recorded it. I haven't cut it yet, though. I recorded it with my daughter.
Oh, cool.
Should I target it in the car? Yeah. Should I on the way home from the movie? So she's very excited. She actually asked on the way to the movie. She's like, on the way home, do we get to do a fast cast? And I was like, yes, we do. So it's good times. What do you think? Targeting arrow Plague Rat?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right. So the thing that I actually really liked about... Yes, I have watched the show with my daughter prior to going to see the movie. I don't know it. Like, it's not like, oh, this is a show that I watch regularly, but I have seen it. So the thing that I thought was actually the best aspect of the movie is that the main sort of antagonist... Well, I guess the lieutenant to the main antagonist throughout the movie is a pony called Tempest. And there will be some spoilers here, but, I mean, we're not talking about, like, crazy spoilers. But the whole sort of her character point is that she's a unicorn whose horn has been, like, destroyed or damaged. And the reason why she turned bad is because the baddie said, I will fix your horn if you do this stuff for me. And so part of me was worried that by the end, she was either going to get the horn fixed by the bad guy, or she was going to, like, flip to the good guy's side and then get the horn fixed by the good guys, which would sort of negate in some ways, like, it would reinforce that sort of, like, if you're broken, you're somehow worthless narrative, which obviously isn't great. And it didn't do that. I know. I'm doing both. I'm multitasking. I'm looking at my cards while I'm talking. Yeah, I still don't have anything in the trash, and all his stuff is irreducible, so the liquid nitrogen is not going to do much. Yeah, might as well Pride.
I shoot him with Pride and Prejudice for 8 damage.
Yeah, that's fine.
Take advantage of that boost.
So one of the things that I was concerned about was that if this character was going to get sort of fixed by the end, that it would sort of negate that idea, or not negate that idea, but it would reinforce that problem of, like, if you're broken, you need to get fixed in order to be okay. And it didn't do that. And I was actually really happy with that. Like, she stayed with the broken horn and just was okay at the end. And I thought it was such a great message, because there's so many times where you have people who are like, oh, I'm in a wheelchair, or I'm sick, or, my daughter had a broken arm and she felt like she couldn't do anything until she got that fixed. And it was like, no, there's nothing wrong with, own your stuff and enjoy your stuff. It's good. So I don't want to go too deep into the specifics of that, but I thought it was a well done movie. I was actually pleasantly surprised by the voice talent that was involved. Like, the main antagonist was Emily Blunt, and Sia, the musical artist, is a pony in this movie. So it was a lot of fun. And stay tuned to youtube.com/fastcast. That's right, we actually have our own URL now for a fastcast reviewing that movie at some point.
Seamus Butler suggests that Jeremy playing random would be better than playing it normal. I don't know about that. We actually have a unit test that plays the game randomly and usually ends up targeting the heroes to deal damage. It's pretty bad. Don't recommend.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a difference between random or, like, non-strategic. Like even we also have a thing in the unit test that plays reasonably, in that it, like, tries to damage the villains and stuff. It also never wins. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is, like, I might not have the best strategy, but I have a strategy that I would say I win more often than I lose. And even if I'm not necessarily playing the best possible card, like, always going for, like, max damage and trying to get the villain done tends to work out for me. I might not win as much as somebody who understands the implications of every single card play, like, to its 5th degree, but I win a lot at this game. That's all I'm saying. Not saying I'm the best, but I have a good time. All right, let's see here. So we got Shamis and Anubis.
I'm not too worried about them.
Yeah,
I know you hate Anubis irrationally, but
I know I really dislike Anubis. It's a holdover from my Stargate days, I think. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm just looking at Segmentation Fault. Like, that's a good card, but I don't know that I necessarily need it right now. I feel like I can just hold on to it for another time.
Do Between the Lines and have Expatriette shoot your guns.
Yeah, I was looking at that, because that is obviously always really good. That damage is irreducible. Yeah, that's fine. We'll Between the Lines. 2 powers? What? Yes, I want to use Prejudice. I want to attack with Great Prejudice.
Yeah, I think we'll just shoot Plague Rat now. Now that we have so many infected heroes. We'll take advantage of the bonus. Ourselves.
Yeah, so Take Walker, like I said, I am aware of the fandom, and I'm aware of sort of, like, the show. And I can understand why it's not, I mean, it is definitely not the greatest example of a really well-told story, but I actually really dug a number of the elements. Specifically, there was the whole thing about how they go off to find another sort of breed of ponies. Like, that's one of the things that happens is they go off to find the hippogriffs, which is, you know, for those who are uninitiated, they're basically sort of 3 species, races, I don't know what you call it, of ponies. There's regular ponies, there's unicorns, and then there's Pegasi, and they went off to find the hippogriffs, which is like a separate one. And the hippogriffs have actually sort of disappeared, but they need their help to sort of come back and do this thing. And I really dug that because, like, the only thing I have, the only sort of touch point I have for hippogriffs is the Harry Potter universe, and I thought that was really cool that there was like, oh yeah, hippogriffs, I know what that is. That's like half pony, half birds. That's pretty neat. Tribes. Thank you, Take Walker. Tribes. Classifications, as it were.
Playgrat's not playing cards on his turn.
Okay. Alright, so let's see. I still don't have a thing. It's going to let me ammo-ify my stuff, so I feel like I'll just...
I have 10,000 hit points. Fight me.
Yeah, was that the first time that the public at large has been told that there's 10,000 hit points on Oblivion's first phase?
I mean, the first time they've announced it, it's been playtested at Gen Con.
Okay, right. Yeah, because I was going to say,
like,
we knew that. Yeah, we knew that for a while, but I wasn't sure if that was a thing that maybe people didn't know about.
Yeah. I think your Pride and Prejudice is still the best bet.
Yeah, that's what I'm, yeah. I concur.
Because you got that boost. Take Walker is a gigantic pony nerd. Cool.
You do you. Like I said, when maybe I didn't say this, but what I meant to say, when my daughter came to me and said, so my youngest came to me and said that she wanted to do a thing that was going to be just me and her, because my oldest I took to see Wonder Woman this summer, and my son, who's in the middle, I took him to see Spider-Man, and so they each got to like do a movie date with Daddy by themselves, and so Violet was like, I really want to go see a movie with you and just you and me, Daddy. And when she saw that there was a trailer for the Pony movie, she was like, "Can we go see that?" And I was like, "Absolutely." Didn't even have to think twice. We actually did go to see earlier in the year. We went to see what's it called? Despicable Me 3, which unfortunately wasn't great. You know, that's the thing is, like, I would much prefer going to see the Pony movie than going to see just another like random sort of DreamWorksy sequel in the vein of Shrek, which is kind of what the Minions stuff is all about.
Right.
And actually, my oldest, I'm really excited because I got to do a special thing with her this weekend too. We went to see Paramore in concert on Sunday night, and it was her first like real concert. And I was very excited because I've been wanting to see Paramore in concert for a long time now, and she actually really likes them, like to the point where she knows all of their albums. So it wasn't like I took her to see something where she was only going to recognize 2 songs and then be bored for the rest of it. So
yeah,
that
was her concert.
Yeah, exactly right. So it was super fun, and despite the fact that we didn't get home until 11:15, which is roughly 3 hours past her bedtime, she still had a really good time, even though it was a school night. So, all right, let's see here. Exploit vulnerability. No. What came out in the environment? Cast in the underworld.
Yeah, that's going to be destroyed at the start of the turn.
Yeah.
So. Updated intel's good. You can help Nightmist with her spells.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll update intel. I'll just hit Playgrat.
There's your critical multiplier. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Speaking of movies, the Han Solo Star Wars movie actually has a title now. Did you see that?
No.
It's called Solo, a Star Wars tale. Or a Star Wars story, whatever it is.
Was it being played by like a young actor?
Yeah. And it was it was big news earlier in the year because it was the person they had hired to direct it was trying to like make a comedy, and they were like, yeah, this is not a comedy, and so they fired him, and then they hired Ron Howard, as it turns out. There's always money in the banana stand. There's always money in the Ron Howard stand. And so now they announced today that the title of that movie is going to be Solo: A Star Wars Story. And I mean, I don't know. The jury's still out. I'm very excited to see The Last Jedi. I think the trailer for that made it look like what? And I'm ready to see that. I don't know about these individual ones. I liked Rogue One. Adam Rebataro, noted artist for Sentinels of the Multiverse, did not like Rogue One. And he will let you know that in no uncertain terms if you ask him about it. But I'll be interested to see how the rest of the sort of Star Wars extended universe shakes out at this point. All right, I think I'm just going to quick draw and see what I can... Or actually, no, that's only for Pride and Prejudice. Yeah, sorry, I was mistaking that for whatever the one is that lets you look at 2 cards and then pick one.
Luckily, you didn't make it to why did you just do...
We didn't quite make it there, yep.
It was why would you do that?
But why did you do that? All right, and I still have nothing for Reload.
I still need to go see Blade Runner and, of course, Thor's coming out and Black Panther and...
Oh, who saw that Black Panther trailer?
I must tell you, but I want to.
Oh, man.
With Brittany. She'll be mad if I watch it without her.
The new Black Panther trailer looks awesome. Like, yes, the first one looked great. The second one looks awesome. Like, I cannot wait to see that movie. Thor, of course, I'm also excited for, but the Black Panther trailer looks really, really good.
Did you only shoot one of your guns?
I think I did only shoot one of my guns. I think I hit Pride first instead of Prejudice.
Hit it wrong.
All right. Yeah, back it up. I always forget that you have to hit... Like, it's because of the stupid order. Like, Pride should be first. It's Pride and Prejudice, but then Prejudice, like, if you play them correctly to make the picture look right, it's, like, out of order. Anyway.
I'm sure there's some reason for that. I mean, everything in Sentinels is intentional, so... I wonder if... I don't know if anyone asked that question to the letters page.
Which question?
Why is Prejudice...
Oh. Yeah, I mean, we already had the Expatriette episode, so...
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to discard my cards for these piddling amounts of damage. Oh, good, Mega Computer. That's why I played that Mega Computer for MJ. Parse has more HPs.
Yeah, from Expatriate's perspective, they're in order. Yes, that is true.
From her perspective, that's good. Yeah, I would suggest Nightmist so I can know what's on top first.
Sure.
Reasons. Ooh. Yeah, put that on top.
The guns are not named for the book. Fair enough.
Top.
Top deck.
Do I want to discard for 2 damage? I don't.
Oh man, I just made the mistake of looking at our Twitter mentions. Whew, so many things.
Are we being mentioned?
Well, just a lot of likes and retweets.
Cool.
Yes, we are making a new thing. If you're just joining us, handelabra.com/game3, One Deck Dungeon, and it was on the Penny Arcade stream this evening, right before we went live. So that's why all sorts of things are happening.
It felt bad about that shadowy ambush. I felt like it was going to get us.
Yeah, I kept wanting to get rid of it with Parse, but her thing is like you have to discard a card to get rid of it, so it was like...
But now you play Cruel Multiplier and you want to discard.
That's true.
Discarding is great. I'm curious about the movie about the artist that is out now. And the artist is not Da Vinci, but the other guy.
The movie about the artist.
I'm blanking. Chat will probably find it before I do.
I'm trying to think. I don't even know what that is.
Come on, Google. Go faster. Yeah. Okay, it's called Vincent. And Van Gogh. So far, it'll beat me. But so the really interesting part about it, so it's an animated film where each frame is an oil painting that was hand painted.
Whoa.
Right?
So it took like 18 years to make?
No, like thousands of many artists.
Oh, many artists. I get it. So it's like crowdsourced almost.
65,000 frames.
Schmeid and Schmedjus. Yeah, I think that book is old enough that it's probably in the public domain, which is why there's like 8 million versions of it.
Yeah.
Specifically one called Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, which happened.
I have no really. I guess it's about Van Gogh, but I don't really know much about like if it's any good. But it just seems like amazing to just see it, you know, to see something done like that. Because almost all animations are now either computer graphics or there's like keyframes and
interpolation. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, like it's not the same way, but that's like it's both old school and also totally new.
Yeah, and actually, it's interesting. I've been thinking about that sort of thing too because there've been a couple of YouTube videos I've watched that are talking about the art process that they used for Cuphead because it employs literally the old style animation. Like they actually showed people doing the onion skinning with like 3 sheets where they'd like flip it up and then draw and then flip it up and then draw and then sort of like go back and forth to show them like moving whatever. It was very, very cool.
All right. And that took forever to make too because they did it the old school way.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do Mistband again because playing red, not playing cards is great.
Yeah, so I've talked about Cuphead a couple times on the stream already. Now that I've had it for a few weeks and I've been playing it, I find that because of its difficulty level, I'll play it for like 10 or 15 minutes a day and then get frustrated and then put it away and then pick it up again the next day. Like it's not a game I can sit down and play for like hours because it takes me a bunch of times to sort of like figure out each level and what is the pattern of this guy and how's it going to work and whatever. So it's really fun and I really enjoy it, but I can't play it for more than 10 or 15 minutes at a time without getting super frustrated and just being like wanting to throw my controller. So that is the thing that I do. All right, so I still
got all your guns and you don't know what to do.
I know. I still have no ammo in my trash, so my reloads and my speed loading aren't doing anything. And my liquid nitrogen rounds, I mean, I guess at this point, that's my best choice.
You can throw those into your assault rifle and hit, or whatever, and hit like the environment so they won't do
Yeah, I think that's probably the best choice. I'll do that. All right, so we'll put that in the assault rifle. And we'll hit...
It's like Shamiz, Anubis, and Playground are the only ones. MJ can't get through the mega computer, so... Right, and so it's frosty damage. That's nice.
So frosty. I am Anubis. Silly ascended.
There's your unload.
There it is. Oh, I'm ready. Judgment comes out, but Anubis is already in play. Yeah, I feel like we're actually much lower in HPs than I thought we were. That's what happens when you talk about like pony movies the whole time.
Well, and we're getting hit by Playgrab, we're hitting ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually going to pay off with Judgment of Anubis here because Anubis won't be able to hit anything at all. Well done.
Haha! Chill. Some Batman Forever or Batman and Robin? Which is the one that had Mr. Freeze?
We don't talk about that.
That's not a real thing.
Do I want to discard? No, I'm getting killed by not redirecting, but like, it's not worth it yet. I still haven't found a utility belt. I'm just gonna keep doing this thing, plugging away.
Alright, let's see here. Still don't really need that segmentation fault. Are there any crazy nuky villain cards that we want to make sure that we can avoid?
He's got some big damages, or like the one that makes us do extra damage when we're infected.
Yeah, I think buffer overflow is good to have around, just in case.
It's down to 32. There you go. Now you can recompile and get a big damage boost.
Sockfoot says, in general, when on camera, it's best to avoid busy patterns on clothing. Well, I guess that means that you're unlucky tonight, because I picked the busiest pattern.
It's business time.
And I picked it on purpose. Busy pattern. Busy, busy, busy. Yeah, maybe in a future week I'll wear just like really thin vertical stripes so that everyone's getting all kinds of weird moire effects while I'm moving around on screen. I got this shirt and I'm very excited about it, so you all can just enjoy it. I don't play by the rules. I'm getting too old for this stuff.
One renegade cop.
Do you remember the trailer? There was a movie that came out a few years ago called, I think it was called In a World. Maybe it was called The Comedian or A Comedian.
Yeah, In a World. I mean, no, I think that was the trailer for the Seinfeld movie.
The whatever that was called. Like, and he's like, in a world, no, in a world, in a land, no, in a land before time. And he's like, nope, no time. Yes, The Comedian. Thank you.
To do with Seinfeld, but it was the Seinfeld movie trailer. I never watched that, but
I never watched it either. But the trailer was awesome.
Yeah.
One man.
Once in a while. A robot renegade cop.
Renegade cop. Nope. Enough. A robot renegade cop. That's good stuff.
Blub, 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 blub. You better get your damage out while you can.
All right.
You know what you have to do.
I wish I was Dark Watch. That would be so good.
Just shoot everything.
Shoot all the things! Alright.
Make sure to shoot the right one twice.
Yes. Alright, so... Okay, so to do that, I hit...
Extreme Prejudice.
Right, so I start with... So I do Prejudice... I get to do what? I get to do 5? 1, 2...
Yeah, you can do Prejudice first.
So I do Prejudice first. Right. Good. And then I do... I can do like Assault.
I know what thing you can do. Do Assault Rifle and make sure to hit Chemis. Oh, I don't know if it's... Oh, it's not going to be as good as I thought. Because if you had killed Chemis with that, because of the -1, then you would have been able to get the Rod of Anubis and shoot that instead of a submachine gun for 1 more damage.
Oh, and the submachine gun... Wait, is the submachine gun going to be able to kill Chemis?
Yeah, but then you've already... Then, like, the point is to replace the submachine gun with the Rod of Anubis.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But you already used the power, so it's fine.
Alright, so we'll do that, and then...
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. Just shoot Plague Rat a lot.
And this... Boom, 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 boom.
Actually, Nightmist should get the Rod of
The Rod? Okay.
Because she doesn't... She's hitting herself at the start of her turn, which makes it tough for her to use her amulet the way I'm on. Look at that. He was like at 30, and now he's at 10.
A robot renegade cop!
Who doesn't play by the rules?
Prejudice first, pride last sounds like really terrible life advice. Thank you, Lou Dolphin.
Looks like the Penny Arcade stream is over, but now everyone can come watch us play.
Yes, come watch us play Sentinels.
And maybe we'll roll some dice. It's really noisy.
How many decks in the dungeon? 1 deck dungeon. Woo!
Too many decks in the dungeon.
Do I want to discard Shadowy Ambush?
Oh, leave that.
Nah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you should go and rewatch that Penny Arcade stream later and watch them play 1 deck dungeon because it's really good. I mean, could do Nightmist again or whatever you like.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for it, that's fine because I don't have anything else that's particularly pressing.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for me to know what it is because I have like Heedless Lash and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna. I'll put it on the top. Maybe I'll Oblivion.
Oblivion.
Having a 3 on the top.
Not Oblivion.
Oblivion. Choose top. It's your choice. Even though it's my deck. Plague Rat, stop biting yourself.
Take Walker says, if anyone here is into the Cauldron, card images for a new villain have been released on BGG, just as an aside. That is a thing. The Cauldron is something that we would love. Like, we've actually, we fielded a bunch of requests to put the Cauldron into the video game, and it's something we would love to do if we had the time, which is not a thing we currently have. But at some point, it's something we would absolutely love to do.
Actually, no, not that. Well, whatever. It's fine. I forgot the Mega Computer's gone.
Ah.
Let's go back.
Okay.
I send it over to Plague Rat instead. The Nightmist. Yeah, so someday, especially if Steam Workshop becomes a thing, we would like to do it.
Yeah, one of the things that I thought was a particularly intriguing proposition was that somebody asked us, Sentinels Season 3, after we finished the Season 2 Kickstarter, and they were like, Season 3 could be the Cauldron? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I was like, well, I don't know.
I don't think it would be that.
Yeah, I mean, it would be, like, the problem with the Cauldron is that it would be, like...
It's unofficial.
It's unofficial, and there'd be some complications in terms of IP and other stuff. I mean, that's not to say it could never happen, but it's definitely more complicated than just simply doing it, so...
All right, win the game, Jeremy, on your turn.
Okay.
Here's your puzzle.
I can do that. Let's see... Alright, I need to do 4 damage.
I think for Greater Than Games, what's more important for them is that the story and the world is preserved. And they want to, they are very protective of the continuity of their game.
Yeah. Yeah. Sentinels Digital Season 3, the search for more money. Exactly right.
Everyone's got to eat. Don't give Jeremy hints in the chat there. He's got to figure it out for himself. He's a big boy.
I'm looking, I'm reading. Right, alright, so I'm gonna recompile.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I see where we're going. Okay, yep, I got it. I got this.
See why that card is so good?
I got this on lockdown. Done.
17th Lord asks, hey, would it be possible to implement a puzzle type mission alongside the weekly challenges where you have to win in round 1? Spoiler alert, anything is possible. Spoiler alert, not everything is
probable
or fiduciarily responsible.
Yes.
So, yeah, don't hold your breath. It's something, it would be a bunch of work and potentially, but unlikely to happen soon. So.
Wow. All right, Plague Rat is done. All right, so while we're in a slight break between our games here, I will mention if you have just arrived, do make sure to check out Handelabra Games or handelabra.com/game3. We have officially announced the teaser of the trailer of the announcement that we are making our next game. We have broken ground on it. We are working on it now, and it will be up on Kickstarter on November 1st. And that game is One Deck Dungeon from Asmati Games. It's an awesome roguelike dungeon crawler where the entire world of the dungeon is encompassed in a single deck of cards. And it's really, really fun. And we're making it. And we've announced that. So you should check that out. Oh, just the announcement. Yay! Yes. Both of Jeremy's heroes are at 3, while both of John's are at 7. Yeah, we're all still alive, though. So...
Well, I mean, Nightmist would have been at, like, minus 20
laughing
if not
now?
for the Star Shield necklace.
Who's laughing now?
So
All
if we
right.
want to continue with any one-deck dungeon theme stuff, we have the Yeti, we have from the Final Wasteland, or the Hydra's Reef, potentially Ruins of Atlantis, the Dragon of the Temple of Julong, all kinds of interesting stuff. Kaargra Warfang.
She's got a dragon. I mean, it's a tri-ragon, but it is
That's
still
true.
a dragon. And I
We
loved
got
me some Final
Some
Wasteland.
requests to show some more of the new heroes variants, so we'll do that.
Okay. All right, you're gonna do Visionary. All right, I will do.
We can do whatever, as long as we show something new.
Yeah, let me see.
2050 would like to see new stuff. See, it's already even before I saw it in the chat. I remembered, Darren. I remembered you, and that's good. So
just for the lulls, I will play an Argent Adept.
plays Dark Conductor. I would like to play something to get Chaos Lord. So, guys. Terrence 2500 says, Senpai noticed me.
Yep. This looks like a very interesting lineup here.
You're gonna get murdered.
I'm gonna get super murdered. But that's okay. I'm a fan of getting murdered sometimes, if it's for the entertainment. So we got Kaargra Warfang in the Final Wasteland with Visionary Unleashed, Dark Conductor, Argent Adept, Guise, and Termi-Nation Absolute Zero.
You already mentioned Sentinels of Earth Prime. If we do Sentinels of Earth Prime, it would be its own game as well as an expansion. It wouldn't be a season, I would think, too. But
Yes.
I don't think there's a need for any more seasons. But Oblivion is the end.
But John, to everything, turn. Come on. All right. So Visionary opens with a Foresight, a Mind Spike, and a Telekinetic Cocoon. Argent Adept has got a Punknuz Drum, Instrumental Conjuration, Inventive Preparation, and Saraband of Destruction. Guise has got Guise the Barbarian. I can do that too. Let me see that. And Super Ultra Kawaii. And Absolute Zero has got Focus Apertures, Horfire, Isothermic Transducer, and Thermal Shockwave. All right, so just a reminder.
For any Absolute Zero.
Say again?
Pretty good start for Absolute Zero. And
Yeah. So just a reminder, playing against Kaargra Warfang is a little different. The goal is to get 20 favor while Kaargra Warfang is not in play. It's a little different than a lot of the other villains. So it's a fun game, but it's different. All right, we open with a Get Back In There, which isn't a great opening, especially with Orem giving some extra favor there.
And here comes Kaargra.
Here she comes. Kaargra.
So she flips, and she's a target.
Yeah, so Young Haribu says, since only Bloodsworn Judgment destroys ongoings, Vanessa might have a chance to get unleashed. Alright, most cards in play. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Alright, only title that's out right now is Champion. This one has to destroy 3 targets in 1 turn.
Yeah. question is, do I try for the long game with playing ongoings or use these mind spikes that I have in my hand?
I know. Yeah, with Kaargra out, I would probably lean towards the mind spikes. Try and get her out of play as fast as possible.
But still earn favor. You don't want to get her out of play like too early, or then you end up.
And then she'll come back. Yeah.
Yeah. She comes back in.
Alright, so let me just refresh my memory here. Argent Adept's new power, Dark Dynamics, reveal the top card of any 2 decks, put one into play and the other into the trash. And notably, this particular Argent Adept, as well as most of the variants of Argent Adept, have a hard time just sort of triggering songs, so without getting instruments out.
Yeah, but also super accelerates all the heroes.
Right.
I always like inventive preparation because it gets more card play going.
Top 2 cards of any deck. One in play and the other in trash. Alright, so let's see. Who...
I usually pick 2 heroes.
Yeah.
Because then you know you're going to get something good. And you can pick the best thing.
Alright, I'm going to do Visionary and Absolute Zero.
Mind Spike.
And Impale. Ooh. Definitely going to get Impale out. And hope that that will pay some dividends as we go. And I'll put that on Kaargra. I'll draw another Instrumental Conjuration. And I have a Focus Apertures, which won't work this turn, but maybe I can put that out for next turn.
Oh yeah, well, I can do that too, Jeremy.
I know you can.
Spooky, creepy stuff.
Oh, we weren't supposed to do that yet. Oh well. Sneak peek. Let's see. There's the Barbarian or Precognition. Yeah, I think it's going to be Precognition. I think they liked it.
Oh, I didn't see again because I can't hear what's happening in the game. I didn't know what we were talking about.
Yeah, spooky, creepy stuff happened.
Yes, you did say we weren't going to show that. Well, oh well.
That's fine.
Spoiler alert.
I think Parse is probably the least bad. Bloodsworn Judgment is the most bad. Odessa's not bad, but she's going to be adding a lot of tokens, so. Yeah. Soul Slayer on top, and Bloodsworn Judgment on the very bottom.
Now I'm going to have to go back and watch the stream so I can hear that thing, because I don't actually know that I've heard it.
You could just play a game.
I feel like the faster solution is going to be for me to literally, when this is over, go back and just listen. If that's what I want to do is hear it, then going back and do that would be the way to do that. All right. Yeah, they're not doing fire damage to me. Let's see.
Yeah, but if you want to do Thermal Shockwave next turn, Isothermic is going to be good to have.
Yeah. That's true. So if I were to... Yeah, see, this is where you start getting into some setup with Absolute Zero. So if I Thermal Shockwave now, but then use my base power, and then Isothermic, and then Thermal Shockwave next turn...
Why would you use your base power?
So that it wraps around my next turn. So that when I use it...
Get a million favor and we lose. Do what you want.
Well, here's what I was saying, and again, maybe I'm not thinking it through enough steps. But like, if I play Thermal Shockwave now and don't use it, but use my base power to increase damage dealt to me and by me, then I Isothermic at the beginning of my next turn. They will do a lot of damage to me. That is for sure. It's a question of like trying to ride it out. Yeah, they would get a lot of favor. That's the thing. In a different game, it might be a better choice, but here in Kaargra, maybe with the favor, it's maybe not such a great idea. Because then Thermal Shockwave...
we know what's happening, so Kaargra's going to hit... We know some of what's happening. She hits the highest for 4, which is going to be Visionary probably. And then the second highest is going to be Absolute 0. And then Orm is going to hit the highest, and Anduin's going to hit the most cards in play, which can be someone else. And then the other thing that's coming out is going to hit the lowest, which is going to be Absolute 0. And then she's going to play another card that might do who knows what, and then and also the environment is going to do who knows what. So it's up to you. Probably going to be taking about 10 damage if you.
Yeah, see, and that's where the math becomes important, because like with Thermal Shockwave, if I deal 3, then 6, then 9, because I get to deal up to 3 targets 1 cold damage, and then I deal myself 12.
If you use your power now and try to use Thermal Shockwave on your next turn.
Yeah. Right. All right. So I'll at least play Thermal Shockwave, but I'll skip the power.
Yeah, like this version of Absolute 0, you kind of have to not use his power for a few rounds until you're ready. In my opinion.
Yeah, no, and that's fair. I mean, I've definitely had some successes with this. The trick with this, a lot of times when I've played with this particular Absolute 0, what happens is I will deal a lot of damage really quick and then be out. Which, you know, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But yeah, if you turtle a little bit with this Absolute 0 and set up to be better later, that can also pay off really well. Sometimes it depends on who else is on your team.
We get Bloodsworn Judgment anyways.
I feel like that Impale, I would keep that around. Or would I? Hang on a second. What did I draw? I drew a Cold Snap. Yeah, I'm going to keep the Impale. Shockwave. Next turn I'll just play the, what's it called? His boost cold damage by 1 thing. We have no favor. The audience does not favor us.
Well,
I'm going to turn that around.
Working on it. Ah, she heals when we hit her. If the title would be discarded, it goes into play, I think. I think that's on the... Oh, it shuffles. If the title's discarded, it goes back into the deck. So you could discard the top card of the title deck. That would just reshuffle back in.
All right.
That was a big 4.
I'm gonna pick Absolute 0 again. What were you just saying about the title deck?
If you choose to discard the top of the title deck, it just reshuffles in. I would definitely, if you chose Absolute 0, choose someone whose card you would be happy to play no matter what it is. Because Absolute 0 might play a card that just hurts himself.
Right.
And same thing for the Visionary.
Alright, so I get a Frostbound Drain and a Counterpoint Bulwark.
Yeah, this is why I would have played your module last turn first.
Yeah.
I guess you ended up losing Thermal Shock. Oh, I thought you were destroying Impale, but you destroyed Thermal Shock.
No, I destroyed the Thermal Shockwave. I'd rather keep the Impale because that's some guaranteed damage, and then I'm going to try and boost that damage with another card play in a minute. So.
Well, hey, I can get Death Caller, so yeah. There's our favorite point. 2 favorite points.
Oh, Jean-Marc, what did you do? Tough choices.
Draw a card. And we can't really hit 1 damage to Kaargra is just going to... She heals. So.
Right.
Actually, Argent Adept could destroy that title that she has.
Hmm.
If you have the right song, which you don't. But,
Yeah.
You know.
Alright, so what I really want to do is play Cold Snap and Focus Apertures right now.
I would start with Cold Snap and then Focus Apertures.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do want the both. And I mean, it might be worth it to use your power.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. With Cold Snap out, I'm going to use my power, because that, I mean, that's a lot of damage. Like, even if I have to, like, pay for it, that's a lot of damage. Because you got to assume she's going to get at least one more out this turn. Thank you, Chupacabra, going after Orm for us.
I like it. And then that means that Parse is going to hit the Chupacabra and not Absolute Zero. When Absolute Zero is low, it's actually better for us generally because most of her things go after the highest. So that's going to be a little safer. Oh, yeah, she hit someone else, so yeah, it doesn't matter. She's going to get the favor points. Hey, Fickle Fans!
Yeah, Fickle Fans! Nice!
They loved us! Oh yeah, and Argent Adept to take this and then Parse will hit. Oh no, Argent Adept gets it unbreakable! Amazing. Yeah. Not Absolute Zero.
Yep.
Now, he is the highest, though. Jean-Marc's hitting the bottle more than us on camera. Is it vote time?
Oh, did I not? Oh, I thought that was my vote. Sorry. I tapped it and it didn't register. And I was like, why isn't he voting?
Why isn't he voting? That's what I was thinking. All right. So, oh man, I wish he didn't have that title. It's really annoying. It slows the sound down so much.
Yeah.
I think we have to kill Orm. Orm is the worst. If I hit Orm for 3, and then Kaargra for 2, I'll get a favor. Actually, yeah, I'll do that, and then Guise can finish off. Guise can do it with his 1 damage. Because Absolute Zero is going to be hitting him for 3. But here's a favor point. Winning!
Alright.
Yeah, so you could get an instrument and start playing music if you want, or just keep using your power.
Yeah. Let's see here. What is Absolute Zero going to do this turn? Some automatic things, and then I still have... I want to play literally all my cards. As Absolute Zero, I want to play all 3 of my cards and then Horfire. Can I do that? Rewrite the game so that I can do that. Let's see.
Actually, you have the exact instrument that you need in your hand.
I know. Yeah.
My that's not a bad choice either.
Alright, is anybody hurting for cards?
Guys wouldn't mind more cards, or yourself.
Yeah, it was either going to be, if neither of your people won, it'll be Argent Adept, so.
Yeah, go with Argent.
Alright.
Hey,
not bad.
good one.
Alright.
You may as well blow that up for a favor. And a potential title.
Alright, let's see what we got.
Chaos Lord! Guise is the Chaos Lord.
Nice.
Will be shortly.
I'll draw the Scherzo, Frost and Flame.
Because I can play the cards. I can play all the cards. The question is, how do I want to play them? There's so many ways. Oh man. The Visionary Unleashed power is even better when Guise uses it. Guise has a lot of ongoing cards that he can play.
Nice.
I don't have them all now, but like, can you imagine it? That's great.
Can't stop imagining it.
Can't stop, won't stop. All right. I'm just not sure if I want to do Guise the Barbarian yet, or we wait until next turn to unleash the Barbarian. I feel like I want to do it now. So I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna play a card.
Guys unleashed. Something sounds unsettling about that.
We got 50,000 credits writing on this one, so we better win.
Why is my cup empty? That is unacceptable.
Unacceptable!
Lewd Dolphin
Hey,
is the ultimate arbiter of logic. Option 1, Visionary Unleashed is this week's variant, or number 2, Visionary Unleashed is not this week's variant. Option 3.
Oh wait! I destroyed that
Taco.
target. Actually, hang on. I need to rewind. I didn't realize my title would let me destroy that target, which I actually want. All right. I need to play Super Ultra. I mean, destroying it is good, but I wanted to get Chaos Lord. This will let me destroy Chaos Lord, and then I'll still get to play a card and get Chaos Lord. Option 3, we forget that's possible.
That has almost happened at least twice.
I could also use Absolute Zero's power to deal more damage, but I don't think I necessarily want to do that. Do I want to just draw more cards, or do I want to do the damage right now? Let's do the damage right now. Or I could play the top of my deck. That sounds like it's even better. Play the sound effect again. Oh, amazing.
Nice. Best card ever. Selling out, Gritty Reboot.
Woo! And I want selling out, and I can do that too, which I can get out of my trash. Where did I leave that? But I could also get best card ever again, so I think it's selling out. Well, I can play selling out next turn, so maybe I should play something else first. So exciting. I wish I copied Absolute Zero as well. Yeah, I want to say where did I leave that, so let's go with selling out, because then on the environment turn I'm going to get to do
experimentally refreshing.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans.
Alright, so there's some damage there. And let's do some damage there. And some damage there. And some damage there. So much damages.
Where we should kill her and win.
What's that?
At the point where we can kill her and win.
Yeah. God, yeah, I want to play all my cards. Yeah, that's the one that I'm thinking of, like, first is the focus apertures for all of my ongoings that are out. But, man, I want my other things, too. Yep, I'm doing it. I'm doing it! I'm using my power again.
Painful, but actually you'll just get whacked to the lowest of the first thing she does. And then everyone else gets hit, hopefully. Alright. did I leave that?
Blue Dolphin says, did Kaargra only regain HP after Cold Snap's damage and not impales?
I got what I was looking for.
Good.
It's the first time each turn. That title. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to look at it when
Yeah, let's
get
pop
a
that
break
open.
here. Yep, the first time each turn.
Yep, there you go.
So yeah, only the first time. Discard a card. Ooh, tough choice indeed, because I kind of wanted to blow up that snowman.
Impale was before Cold Snap, though, says Blue Dolphin.
I feel like it happened once after Impale, probably.
We'll check the tape later.
We'll check the tape. So I think I might actually, destroy Retcon?
Mm-hmm.
Retcon right now?
That's what I was thinking.
Awesome. But actually, say Cheese does damage, and I want to do the damage, but it won't let me play another card where Retcon will.
Yeah.
Because then I could, play Extreme or something. I could play anything, right? Or I could discard Where Did I Leave That, but if I keep Where Did I Leave That, then I could get another best card ever to play. So actually, Retcon.
Just play your best card, John. That's the way this game works.
Play your best card. Well, check my trash. I have a best card ever in my trash already. So I'm gonna play Where Did I Leave That, and Say the Cheese lets you play a card if the target is below 5 hit points. I got Oh Yeah, which is pretty great if I copy Absolute Zero and wait till the start of my turn, but I don't have that kind of time.
Mimitone has clipped something, which I assume is what we were just talking about, but I am incapable of watching that now because we're doing other things. So, Impale was first, then Cold Snap, then Kaargra regained HP. Interesting.
Well, probably, I don't know. Something.
It probably did a thing, which then did a thing.
Alright, this is my second card play on the environment turn. Oh, I got Selling Out. I should have kept Retcon, and I could have blown up Selling Out to play another Selling Out. Well, there's still a chance. Oh, I have Gimmicky Character. Alright, this is my card play after Best Card Ever, which means I can play whatever I want. So I'll play Gimmicky Character because why not? And then I'm going to play the other Best Card Ever because I get to draw more cards. Yeah, I should have kept that Retcon. I didn't think of... there's a chance I could have drawn another Selling Out, but if I had it in the hand, I definitely would. Woo! Alright, and then... Oh, if I borrow Focused Apertures, I can do more cold damage with Say Cheese. So...
Nice.
Hey, Jeremy, let me see that.
Let me see that.
And then I can play the third card, Say Cheese. And I'm actually going to hit the first instance over to Dim Karn so that he'll be low enough that I can play another card. And and it's going to... Is Death Color going to activate? Yes. I won't actually get to play another card because I did too much damage, but you know.
Yes, yes.
Guise is doing the Lord's work tonight.
Alright, Mindbreaker comes out. Seeker also came out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, and Provocateur Tarnus came out.
Provocateur. Chaos Lord, play the bottom card of Guise's deck. Ha!
Retcon!
Well, we'll blow up the snowman. And I get to play another card. Yes, sir. I guess it's just gonna go to, I'll play Say Cheese for the damage. I won't get to play another card because it's going to get redirected to Tarnus, but... And she can hit Guise again so that she doesn't get an extra favor.
Shidari gets Unbreakable.
Guise is getting brutalized for having so many cards in play.
This means war.
I don't have cards I want to play anymore for Super Ultra Kami anyways. They take longer, so...
Alright, so we now have over the favor that we need to win, so we just got to get Kaargra out of play.
It's over 9,000. I can't do enough damage, but I can rest the mind on something that will do damage. Such as the Impassable Andolin, I guess. Or someone...
Someone or something.
And yeah, like, I really want to hit Kaargra, but I can't, as you see.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have enough cards. I must recharge my happiness.
Alright, so I have Scherzo, but that's not actually going to be used. Well, it'll do 1 damage to Kaargra, right? It's the first damage will then heal.
And then she'll heal.
And then the second one I'll be able to get through.
The first damage will go to Tarnus, and the second one will...
Oh, right. Ah, stupid. Okay.
She'll let someone play a card and do something cooler.
Yeah.
You want Absolute Zero to be playing cards, well, now's the chance.
Alright, so I'll start with this, just because.
Well, you can't do both of those things.
Don't I use my instrument to do the thing?
Having someone play cards, which is a card in your hand you need to play first.
Oh, that's a draw card. Ah, stupid. Okay, sorry. Alright, sorry. I thought that I already had that one in hand, or in play. Alright, so we'll do this, and then we'll do this. So Absolute Zero. So let's see here. If I do...
Definitely want one of your modules.
Yeah. I'm trying to see, like, if I'm gonna play...
If not your one module now, one module on your turn.
Let's see, so Frostbone Drain, one non-hero target 3, and then my Self-Fire. So if I want to do that one, I should use Isothermic. Yeah, I think it's Isothermic either way, so that's fine. So we'll do Isothermic. And then...
I'll blow up one of Guise's things.
Okay.
They're all going to go away at the start of his turn, so...
Sarabon Destruction. And Guise is a big hole in him.
He did well.
He did.
He did very well. Time. All my friends are dead. I'm gonna draw a card. And then I'm going to punch myself. To draw a card and play a card. And I got the Mindbreaker! Because, oh my god, I got the Mindbreaker for hitting myself. That's awesome. Because that was the one more damage source. Amazing. Alright, first let me draw a card. And then play the bottom card. Total Beefcake. Guys is so great.
Guise is so great. Alright, so that was Impale, which went to Tarnus. Which means now the Cold Snap gets to go to everything.
4 damage to everything.
4 damage to everything. So
actually, no, the order matters here. You should have rewound it
sorry.
so that you get the Seeker.
Oh, yes!
First one you can't control. The second one you can pick one of them so you get the Seeker. Whichever one.
Alright, so let's see. Yeah, so we'll hit Andolin. And get the Seeker.
Now you can choose.
Yes.
Seeker, not Kaargra Warfang.
Yeah, sorry,
it
Kaargra.
can't be the turn.
Now what?
Remember, you're going to get the secret when you hit yourself, too.
That's fine.
All right.
It's all fine. Look at all this favor we got. All right, so yeah, so I have increased damage dealt to Termi-Nation episode 0 by 2. I don't have my healer out.
I think either Frostbound Drain or Horfire will kill Kaargra Warfang.
Yeah, I think that is correct. Yeah. All right, so we'll just do this. Boom.
Oh,
yeah.
That's 8.
8
and
right
then
there.
The next one is going to do, like, more than
Boom.
8. Like,
and
12.
boom, Kaargra. What? 12 damage done.
It's 20 damage from the one card. Well, and some help.
Impale was destroyed, things were destroyed, and we're the winners.
Nicely done.
Dross found brain.
30-9. They didn't. That was. I mean, there was a fickle fans, but like we shut them down pretty well.
We did, yeah. They were not gaining the favor of the crowd because we're awesome. That is good times. All right, so what's all the stuff that's been happening? For those of you,
guys, he's so cool.
He is so cool. For those of you who are just joining us at the end here of the stream, we did start late this evening because we were rehosting a different stream that was making an announcement about our next game. That's right, we are making a game 3. Our first game, of course, the one you're watching, Sentinels of the Multiverse. Our second game was bottom of the 9th, still on discount for another couple hours, so go check it out if you want to try it. On Steam, iOS, Android. That is a baseball card and dice game. And game 3... Oh, John is throwing stuff in the trash and rolling things.
They all went in my lap.
They all went in his lap. It's all good. No problems. All good.
I think so.
Big money, no whammy. Big money, no whammy. Is One Deck Dungeon from Asmodee Games. Bloop, there it is. This is a roguelike dungeon crawling game where the heroes, the baddies, the loot, the XP, everything is all contained in a single deck of cards. You use dice to sort of figure out your attacks and your damage, and there's a bunch of different colored dice that do different kinds of things. It's really super awesome. Check it out. Ensign53 says, wait, did Chris get a hold of you? I suggested him be a Board Game Geek. Yeah, so we've actually been sort of bouncing back and forth with Asmodee Games for more than a year now about the idea of doing a digital one-deck dungeon. It's something that we were very excited about from their first Kickstarter, and the timing wasn't right, and then we reached out to them again after their second Kickstarter for Force of Shadows, and we just sort of kept bouncing it back and forth until we found a way to make it happen, and now it is happening. We are actually working on this game right now. We've been working on it for more than a week now. We broke ground on it sometime last week or the week before. We're going to be working on it like crazy for the next couple of weeks to prep for the Kickstarter that launches November 1st. Follow us on Kickstarter, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, etc. I don't know if it was you or not, Ensign. Don't feel bad. We were, believe me when I tell you, like, we are keeping our eyes to the ground, our ears to the ground, whatever it were, to see what the cool projects that are hitting the tabletop out there. And we are really, like, there are several things that we're already in talks for that are, potential future fun things. We love tabletop gaming, we love the digital tabletop, and we are talking with all of the cool creators out there to try and figure out what would be a really good digital version and what would be, the right match for Handelabra. Several of the reasons why we thought One Deck Dungeon was good, the way that it plays is super fun. We really like sort of their, in general, concept of the game. We love the female heroes. We love the way that it sort of, the way that it plays, the way that you sort of can sort of really feel the adventure while you're playing it. I mean, there's so many things about One Deck Dungeon that we really were like, oh, this could be a really, really good match given what we do. We like to do heavy engine games, which is to say that, like, we like games that are really mechanically complex. Obviously, Sentinels is a very mechanically complex game. We've actually been pitched to do games that are really not mechanically complex, and we've actually turned them down because if that's not what we're good at. What we're good at is these games that are real thinkers on the tabletop and helping you figure out how to play those digitally in a way that's preserves the fun from the tabletop, but just takes advantage of the digital realm. And those are the kinds of projects that we look for. And One Deck Dungeon just sort of checked all the boxes, and we're really excited about it. Excuse me.
You can check all the boxes on here too.
Yes, check all the boxes. So there'll be way more information coming out about that over the next few weeks as we work up to the Kickstarter. Definitely come check us out at PAX Unplugged. I'm sure I know what our booth number is, but I don't have it in front of me. But we will be at PAX Unplugged in mid-November, so come check us out there if you're going to be in or around Philadelphia. And check out Asmati Games, because they do all kinds of cool stuff. They were just on the Penny Arcade stream this week, which will probably be reposted pretty soon, so make sure you check that out as well. All right. So it is just about 9 o'clock. I know we started late tonight, but I don't think we're going to dive into a third game because it is 9-ish, and I have to catch a train home to see my kids and my family. So I think that's good.
Trapped.
Yes, don't want to get trapped downtown. So that will do it for another episode of Sentinels Live. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Sentinels of the Multiverse is the only... If it was Pittsburgh, that's a little closer. Yes, I have to drive through Pittsburgh, basically, to get to Philadelphia from Cleveland. So
there's a thing we have to do, Jeremy.
Oh, yeah, there's a thing we have to do. We almost forgot. It was almost option 3.
Me Matone was saying, don't forget.
Yeah.
And we didn't forget. Jeremy forgot.
I forgot.
Both forget.
I mean, I hadn't officially forgotten yet. I was just doing my post-roll thingy. Doesn't mean that I had forgotten.
Because you almost forgot.
Just because I was doing the final thing doesn't mean that I almost forgot. It just means that I was doing my final thing. All right. Let's see here. Back for app. All right, so let's load that page up. All right, so John's going to be loading things up to make things...
Doing my thing.
Do stuff. And I'm also going to do things to
I liked when we did the thing in the chat announce what it was. You want to do that again?
Sure.
All right.
I will load this up. All right, chat. What's the next variant that's coming out?
I don't know yet. I think I did the right one. Should be the right one now. And it'll, 20 seconds. And then we'll hear about it.
All right. Boom. And add a line. And add a thing. All right. We see Skyscraper, Portia, Cosmic, Darkwatch Legacy. I don't,
Darkwatch Legacy.
I don't think that's a thing. Well, I see one person. One person has said who it is.
One person got it right, but I think they didn't launch the game to do that. They wasn't really excited. Well, chat's gonna write because it's not Skyscraper.
I know. Sorry, chat. It is
Visionary Unleashed.
The Visionary Unleashed.
Can you unleash the Visionary? That's literally you need to unleash her.
You need to unleash her.
The unleashing begins now.
Unleashing begins now. And of course, remember, the current record, I believe, from the moment that we have unlocked a variant to the moment it's been officially discovered in the world is 27 minutes. So see if you can make that happen. It's 9:02. See if you can get it by 9:29.
Make sure to send us a screenshot of the moment from unlock.
Yes, on Twitter or Facebook. Those are the two places where you can do that thing and then get credit and join the Hall of Fame and be immortalized for as long as the internet exists, or at least as long as our company exists and has a
Twitter
website.
Or Facebook, you can sign up and send us a thing and delete your account.
Yes, there you go. Good times. All right. So yes, as I said, that actually will do it for an episode of Sentinels Live. We do this every Tuesday night at around 7 p.m. Eastern, sometimes a little bit late if we're announcing our third big project. But if you enjoy the show, please do like, share, follow, and subscribe. Sentinels of the Multiverse is currently available for iOS as well as Android and PC, Mac, and Linux via Steam, and always in good old analog cardboard and ink. And you can find more information about the game as well as download the free demo at sentinelsdigital.com. Anything else we need to cover tonight, John?
And you should visit onedeckdungeon.digital, which is a thing that sometimes works.
That is an actual URL, believe it or not.
Yeah. You see that it's not a lot of info there yet, but get excited about One Deck Dungeon, November 1st on Kickstarter.
Tell your friends. There will be plenty more information. Join our mailing list. Follow us on all the social thingies. and there will be lots of information about that, so you can check it out. Alrighty, thank you everybody, and I guess we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.